So today we are going to study the second chapter of EVS, that is living together. In this chapter we are going to discuss about the social insect. There are basically three social insects that includes ants, bees and termites. Out of these, this is an ant, a honeybee and these are termites. So out of these three social insects, the honeybee is the most social insect. Next thing is that what are social insects? The social insects are those insects which are having the social structures that includes a very well defined system of division of labor. What is division of labor? It means that each members of that colony or community has a specific function to be performed. So first example is about ants. In that case, the ant, when large number of ants are living together, they forms an ant colony, and in that ant colony they make several chambers. You can see here these are several small chambers which are interconnected with one another, as well as they have a small tunnel which will connect to the surface of the earth. These special chambers are used by these ants for special functions, like some of them are used as nursery, storage of the food and keeping the larvae, their baby larvae here. So here there are three types of ants. First one is the queen ant, second one is the male ant and third are the worker ants. As you can see here in the diagram, this is the queen ant, the male ant and the worker ant. There are specific functions which are performed by all these three ants. First one is this is about the queen ant. The queen ant is the mother of all the ants which are found in the ant colony. As you can see, compare the size, the queen ant is quite big in size as compared to the others. The only task of the queen ant is to lay the eggs. The queen ant has very little control over the whole entire colony, and the queen ant has there are large number of queen in the ant colony. The second one is the male ant. In that case, the male has wings and they have a very short lifespan. That means they survive for only very small, very less time. And the main function of the male ant is mating with the queen ant. Lastly, the worker ants. The worker ants are having a specific body structures. So based on their body structures, they are further classified into four types of ants. The worker ants includes the soldier ant, the forger ant, the nursery worker ants and the cleaner ants. In that case, firstly the soldier ants are going to guard the opening of the nest so that they can prevent the entry of the enemy in their colony. The next one is the forger ant. The forger ant goes out of their colony and in search of food, and when they find a large amount of food outside, they will again come back to their nest and take all the other forger ants, and they will, with the help of other forger ants, they are going to carry back the food to the nest. Nextly, the nursery worker ants. The nursery worker ants have one role to play, that is, they are going to take care of the young baby newborn ants which are called as larvae, which have just hatched from their eggs. Lastly, the cleaner ant. The cleaner ants are going to perform one function, that they are responsible for cleaning the entire nest. So there are three types of ants in an ant colony. Let us revise. This is the queen ant, the second one is the male ant and there are worker ants. Next example of the social insect is your bee. As I told you, the bees are the most social among all the insects. Among all those insects that are performing that are called as social insect, the bees are the most social. Bees also live as a part of a community or as a colony, and there are three types of bees. Firstly, it is the queen bee, second one is your worker bee and third one is your drone bee. The queen bee performs one function, that is egg producing. It is the only egg producing female in the community. So the queen bee is also the mother of all the drones bee, the worker bee and the future queen bee. The lifespan of a queen bee is about 2 to 3 years. Nextly, the worker bee. Most of the function which is performed in the community of the bees is done by the worker bee. What all functions are performed by the worker bee? They secrete the wax. They are making or building the honeycomb. Thirdly, they are collecting the nectar, pollen, and water, and then finally they are converting that nectar into honey. And last function is that cleaning and protecting the hives from the enemy. The third type of bee that is found in the community is the drone bee. These drone bees are the male bees, and they're stingless and defenseless bee. They don't have anything to defend, and it is the only function of the drone bee is to mate with the queen. So there are three types of bees in the bee community of colony. That is your queen bee, the worker bee, and the drone bee. So you might have seen in that most of the wild animals generally are found in a group. Why these animals are generally found in a group? Because they live and move in a group so that they can look for the food, water, as well as they can protect themselves from their enemies, and lastly to groom their young ones. Let's begin with the third subtopic, that is living in a community. As you know, students, we are living as a part of the society and a community. Why we need to live in a community? Because we need people so that we can fulfill our basic needs, that are food, clothing, and shelter. As you know, the food that we eat, the clothes that we wear, and the house that we live are because of the joint effort of the people like farmers, laborers, tailors, and architects. The social life of the animals include only they are only centered to the food and shelter. But in case of human beings, it's not so, because the society of the community serve many different things. As we are a part of a society, we get together to celebrate different things such as birthdays, weddings, and festivals, and all these groups activities which are performed by us in the community will help making our life rich and happier. There are different things that we learn from our society that includes caring, sharing, cooperation, participation, and understanding. So all these things which we are going to learn from our society are going to make our lives very happier. Then, as a part of the community, we also learn how to care about others. We share our ideas and thoughts with other people, and finally, it is that when we are part of a community, we are as a part of a community, it is going to bring the people close to one another. So that's it, the explanation. Now we are going to begin with the exercise part. Let's begin with the exercise part of chapter 2. Here, the first question is, the ants which leaves the nest in search of food are known as. What are those ants known or called who leaves the nest in search of food? The nursery worker ant, soldier ant, or the forger ant? So the right answer is the C option, that is the forger ant. Next question, we find the division of labor among. So as I told you, we find division of labor among the social insect, and there are three social insects, that is the ants, the bees, and termites. So here the correct option will be ants. Next is fill in the blanks. The most social among all the insects are bees. The honey bees are the most social among all the social insects. Next one is the